You are not addicted to productivity. You are not a workaholic. And you don't need to learn better time management. What you might need is for someone to finally explain why stopping feels harder than continuing, and why nobody ever taught you that rest was something you were allowed to have. Because for some people, the inability to rest is not laziness, and it is not a scheduling problem. It is something that was learned. And here are 5 signs that you were never actually taught how to rest. The first sign is that doing nothing makes you anxious. You sit down, you have nowhere to be, and instead of feeling relieved, something in you immediately starts searching for the next thing. A task you forgot, a responsibility you're neglecting, a quiet, persistent feeling that you should be doing something. Psychologists describe this as nervous system dysregulation, when your body has spent so long in a state of doing that stillness begins to feel like a threat rather than a reward. The second sign is that you can only rest after you've earned it. You tell yourself you'll relax once the work is done, once the house is clean, once everything on the list is finished. But the list never fully ends, and so the rest never fully arrives. This is not discipline. This is a belief, quietly installed somewhere in your past, that your worth depends on your output, that you have to deserve the right to stop. The third sign is that you feel guilty when you're not being productive. Someone asks what you did this weekend, and you feel a small, quiet shame if the answer is nothing much. You apologize for resting. You over-explain it. You call it lazy even when your body desperately needed it. That guilt is not your personality. It is a message you received early and often, that stillness had to be justified. The fourth sign is that rest never actually feels restful. You take a break, but your mind keeps working. You go on holiday, but spend half of it thinking about what you left behind. You lie down, but you don't switch off. Because rest is not just a physical state. It requires a nervous system that feels safe enough to release. And if you were never given permission to fully stop, your body never learned how. The fifth sign, and the most important one, is that you have no idea what you actually enjoy. When someone asks what you do for fun, you hesitate. Not because you're boring, but because so much of your life has been structured around responsibility that genuine pleasure, rest that isn't earned, enjoyment that has no purpose, starts to feel unfamiliar, almost uncomfortable. You were never taught that rest was a right. You were taught that it was a reward. And there is a significant difference between those two things. Rest is not something you earn by being productive enough. It is not something you deserve only after you have given enough. It is something your body and mind require, the same way they require water and air and sleep. Learning to rest is not about doing less. It is about slowly teaching yourself that stopping is safe, that stillness will not cost you anything, that you are allowed to exist without producing. And that is something worth learning. If these words helped you understand something about yourself, consider subscribing. Here we explore psychology, human behavior, and the experiences that shape the way we think, feel, and connect with others.